Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading. I'm choking for the week of August 14th. We're just going to jump right in here, Cancer. And you start off with this swan card and this starfish card here. And so I feel with this starfish card that you need to look at something. What? I don't know yet because I can't see. But let's see what comes up for you here. You have the Three of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Emperor. The starfish, in this deck here, it kind of represents the fact that, like, if you look at a starfish from above, they look very beautiful, but from underneath, they look a little bit scary, right? And so it's kind of a card of needing to really look at the guts of a situation, needing to look at the good and the bad, and understanding it from kind of like both points of view. And so what the hell am I talking about? What I'm talking about here is Three of Swords, Five of Wands, Emperor. This looks to me like the fear of a separation or the fear of a breakup. So, this could come up where you're interested in a person, but you're worried about, if there's a breakup or a separation. So you're like too much future thinking. You're worrying about like, oh, this person could hurt me. This person could, do this, that, and the other thing. And instead of like thinking, oh, this could work, right? And you end with this. I love this card, this Miracles Are Endless card. I feel like you get this card with me every single time that I use this deck practically. So definitely a really good deck, but I feel like it's like you're maybe looking too much at the guts, you're not really, I feel you should almost be more focused on the structure. It's like good or bad things could always happen in a relationship, for example, right? But you could be thinking about something else you're wishing for as well. Is what I'm getting here with the starfish is, really, it's actually very deep. the message of the starfish that I'm getting for you here, Cancer. It's like, I feel like, there are good or bad things that could happen, but I feel you need to focus on just, building something, just making it work. And, I think that also people need to realize things like they say, why can't I just get into a relationship that works? I'm like, well, maybe there's things you have to learn, but also if you didn't have a bunch of bad relationships, you wouldn't know what a good one looked like, in the first place. So when someone's really good, then you can be like, wow, this is what a good relationship is. The other thing is it's like, pain makes us feel alive. It's the only thing that separates us from spirit, in a lot of ways. So it's like, people always come crying to me when they have some sort of breakup or a separation. I understand that it sucks and it's painful in the moment and all this other stuff, but I'm like, you're alive, at least that you can feel something, that you have these emotions. And this swan spirit is about like exploring some sort of emotion or kind of diving deep. It's about kind of looking into how you feel about things. But again, this doesn't have to just be love here, Cancer. I feel that in this row, you have Three of Swords, Five of Wands, and the Emperor. The Emperor, to me, in your reading, is saying that you want to take action on something, probably something you're curious about, because you go up to the Page of Swords. Could be a person you have your eye on as well. Take it how it resonates. And it's like you want to take action, but you are like, it could be a business. You're fearing, the failure, or you're fearing that things won't work out how you want them to work out, or whatever. So number one, I would make sure you're forgiving past situations. With the Three of Swords, we need to practice forgiveness and kind of like, when we forgive something and we let it go, then we truly heal ourselves. And even when we go this way, we go justice to the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is something being dead, done, over with, but justice could be you hoping to get karma or hoping to see someone get karma or something like that, right? You have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is conflict and competition. To me, the Five of Wands, really, traditionally, the people on this card, they're using sticks to fight. They're not using swords. So to me, it's a card of like education or educating yourself, learning how to fight more or less. So I feel for a lot of you, this could be you educating yourself or learning how to, fight in the world or, something like that. It could also just be educating yourself just in general. You have the Emperor, and again, I do feel you have to take action in some direction. Here's the other thing that I want to say as well, is that the starfish can say that there are many perspectives, there are many different approaches to what you want. A starfish can basically move in any direction it wants, right? It doesn't have to move just horizontally or vertically. It can move in any direction that it wants, and it can change direction as well. So I feel with this card and also this card here, it's like saying there isn't only just one perspective in life. Again, some of you, I don't know why I feel like I need to say this, but this is what's coming up in your reading. There you go, right? I feel like you're like the perspective, the lens, the lens that you're seeing things through is only one direction. And I feel that adding other directions, having different experiences could break you free from this sadness, although it is coming up in your past position. So I feel like you're kind of moving past it. Here you go. With the Three of Swords, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Could be a very big, abundant opportunity coming in for you. It does look like love for some of you here with the Lovers. And again, if you don't want love, this could just be a choice, a new opportunity again. And even if you do, for some of you, I feel like it's both. For some of you, I feel this could be like a job opportunity and you get the job and then you meet the love of your life. So, definitely there could be more opportunity. I always look at the Ace of Pentacles as a garden. There's always a garden in the front of the Ace of Pentacles, and it represents the fact that if we nurture an opportunity, there could be other opportunities that come out of that opportunity. So I feel if you take care of something, whatever this opportunity is, it could lead to more. With the Five of Wands, you have the Knight of Pentacles, feeling like you're not ready, but you actually are. So, again, I feel like you need to realize that we don't live forever. Well, we do, just not in human. We exist forever in spirit form maybe, but not in human form, right? And, so what I would say here is that I feel it's time to get moving. I feel like time's ticking, and it's time for you to plant those seeds. Again, he has the empty fields behind him. Speaking of a garden, he's got empty fields behind him that he needs to plant seeds in, and he needs to make sure that they grow. But again, there could be a little bit too much worrying here with the Five of Pentacles, about what you don't have. And the Five of Pentacles, again, the solution of the Five of Pentacles, I should say, is to focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. So, make sure not to focus on your weaknesses. With the Emperor, you have the Eight of Cups. I do feel like you're letting something go. What I would say is that this last row represents the good stuff, but it could also just represent the outcome to the reading. I kind of use what I call a loose spread, right? I do past, present, future, and then my last row is kind of like the outcome, if that makes sense. So, what I would say here is that you letting go of something and really focus, like nurturing yourself and focusing on yourself is going to lead to love, if that's what you want. And if you don't want love, like I said, it's going to lead to opportunities that you do love, things that you kind of feel connected to. But I don't know, I didn't even see this card. Here you go. In the area of what you need to hear right now, you have this card that says, you're manifesting a strong and successful partnership. Consider having a partner who can bring the experience you lack. So there you go. It says you won't always feel alone. You're attracting your soul tribe. Definitely could be love. It could also be friends. It could be, just, people that you surround yourself with that are coming in for you here. But definitely looks like a very good reading for any type of relationship that you desire. Friends, lovers, whatever. And I feel like there could be a good match coming in for you in love in particular. You have the Five of Pentacles, the Justice card, and also the Queen of Swords. I feel that for a lot of you, you need to get away from this energy right here. Five of Pentacles is feeling like you're not good enough. Those people are left out in the cold, but really there's a guy who has a bell around his neck on the Five of Pentacles, and he represents calling attention to your weaknesses. He is a leper. Back in the day, lepers had to wear bells around their neck so people would know when they were coming down the street. So, it basically says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. Focus on your strengths. And that's what I feel like you need to do here. Maybe you're feeling a little bit more self-critical or something like that. So it might be, Empress is all about nurturing yourself, being grateful for yourself, honoring yourself, all those great things. So anything you can do to, and it doesn't matter what gender you are either, by the way. I would say here with the Empress, anything you can do to nurture yourself, to develop a better image of yourself, anything. I would definitely do it with the Empress. The Empress is also an action, so, definitely something to think about. You have the Justice card. I do feel like some of you are a little bit too concerned about a past person getting karma. I get it, but at the same time, if you're, I always tell people, if you're wishing karma on a person, they're not going to get it, because you're saying to the universe, I don't trust that you're going to take care of this situation for me. So, I would say that you can't wish karma on a person, expect them to get it. They're not going to get it. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I do feel like things are balancing out for you just in general. You have the Queen of Swords. I feel like you see why something had to die. The Queen of Swords, she would normally have her back to the past here, and she would normally be going in this direction. I forgot to say that this is the Forager's Daughter Tarot, and so that's what deck this is. It's an awesome new deck. I like it. But again, on a traditional deck, she would be going in this direction here, and she would be open, she would have her sword up, but she would be open to receiving something new. And so I kind of feel this is saying that you are letting something die, maybe, or letting something disappear or go away from your life, and you are opening up to something new. And sorry, that's the Nine of Swords, not the Ten of Swords. The this right here, but it doesn't matter. I feel again, the Nine of Swords says something needs to die, a repeat cycle. So a lot of you could be, ending some sort of cycle, or you are seeing the truth that you need to end a cycle. As I say that, you get the Wheel of Fortune. So with the Five of Pentacles, you have the Wheel of Fortune here. The Wheel of Fortune can represent a turnaround or some sort of change in your life. So I do feel that there could be a change coming in for you with the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like there could be some sort of improvement or change or turnaround here coming in. I also feel that for a lot of you, this is about control. The Wheel of Fortune, we can control the direction of the wheel. We control it with our vibrations, but we can also control it with education, learning, and we can also control it by paying attention to cycles. I'm sure you all have a friend that just repeats the same old mistake. That person is living on the outside of the wheel. When you make a mistake and then you learn from it and then you don't make it again, you're living inside the wheel, which you want to be at the center of the wheel, because you will always see things coming and going in your life, but you'll be able to take advantage of whatever's happening. With the Justice card, you have the King of Cups. Definitely could be a King of Cups type person here that you're spying on, or they're spying on you, or you're probably spying on each other. I don't know. You water signs, I'll tell you what. Bunch of creeps, but that's okay. I'm a Pisces, so I get it, right? But what I would say here is, I feel like you could be spying on a person. You have the Page of Swords. I feel like it's you for whatever reason, but it could be them. Take it how it resonates. And, you could have your eye on a person. It could be a King of Cups type person, another water sign. Could also just be someone who's like more open emotionally or whatever. I'm also getting moving here. By the way, I just have some cards in the tarot that I personally consider clue cards. It doesn't always say this to me, but sometimes I feel, and I do feel this right now in your reading, that the King of Cups can represent the home. And so some of you could be moving or thinking about moving. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Eight of Swords. Definitely time to set yourself free. Again, I think the easiest thing for you to do to overcome any issues this week would be to open up to other perspectives, like I said with that Starfish card, to realize that there are a million ways to do anything that you want to do, and you're not stuck doing things just one way. Open up to all the possibilities. Next, you have this Octopus card. It says, keep to yourself, be discreet. I was kind of getting this with the Empress, like nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself might be a good time for that. You have this compass. It says divine guidance on it. So I do feel that you are receiving guidance, or you will be receiving guidance in your life. Probably through joy. Every single person has had this for the past few weeks. You have the Queen of Wands here. And people always say to me, you keep repeating yourself. And I'm always like, well, I don't know, take it up with God. Because the same exact cards come up. And it's like I have no control over what comes up in the reading. So there you go. But the Queen of Wands, she normally has that sunflower. And that sunflower is pointing towards the sun. So she needs to move towards joy and happiness. I do believe that the universe wants us to move more towards joy and happiness. Why? Because, I don't know, there's like crazy things happening in the world, and I feel like the universe is like saying, it's your time to shine, spiritual people. It's your time to, bring more joy and happiness into the world instead of more like misery and pain and things like that. So that's probably why. But you have the Page of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Nine of Wands. I feel like someone finds you attractive. Again, one thing that could be holding you back is that Nine of Swords in love. Because it could say that you're afraid of repeating a cycle, or you're afraid that the same thing that happened last time is going to happen again. So it's definitely time to let go of your fears. For others, I would be curious at this time. I do believe we are in a great time of curiosity. I think it's an amazing time to, just explore anything that you're interested in. You never know what you could discover. I would look for reasons why you're wrong about things as well, but in a good way. To give you an example, I'm part of this YouTube group with some higher level YouTubers, and it's there's a guy in the group who does 2-hour long videos, which is unheard of on YouTube, right? And he has millions of subscribers, and his videos get like millions of views, 2 hours long, which is like that breaks every single rule on YouTube that exists, right? So I've been wrong because if you listen to any of the experts on YouTube, they're like, do 12 minutes is the max, right? Or like 16 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever. I don't know. There's a different number for everyone, right? But there's always someone who breaks a rule. And you know what? Again, this is something that kind of thunderstruck me recently, having this realization that there's always going to be a person who breaks a rule. So like, why can't that be you? But there also, sometimes I think we set out to do something, like maybe you want to be on YouTube, and maybe you want to talk for 2 hours, or maybe you're like, I only want to talk for 30 seconds about whatever I want to do. Like, do it. You never know. You might be that guy or that girl or whoever, right? You might be that person who can break the rule, when there really is no rule, right? He just creates good content. Plain and simple. That's why people watch it. It doesn't matter if it's 30 seconds or 2 hours. I think that's all that matters, right? So I feel for a lot of you, these are the things that you should be exploring, right? You have the Queen of Wands here. Queen of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, really going for what you want. So I feel like you need to do that. It seems to me like we're in a time of the Queen of Wands or whatever. I think this is a dominant energy at this time where we need to kind of move towards our joy and happiness. Again, she has that sunflower pointing towards the sun, and she really needs to move towards more joy and happiness. You have the Nine of Swords here. Something has to come to an end. It's kind of weird because I feel 50-50 here. It's like for some of you, I feel like something is done, dead, done, over with. For like 50% of you, maybe you're still like, do I hold on to this? Do I let this go? Do I start a new cycle with something new? And I really feel it's time to end a cycle. Again, the Nine of Swords says, sometimes it says that something hasn't become painful yet, right? So I'm sure that you've all gone back to an ex, and sometimes it's more painful the second time, right? Because it didn't become painful enough the first time. And so I feel that energy for some of you, but maybe it'd be better just to let something go. With the Page of Swords, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I would put in the work here. Again, Eight of Pentacles is a card of mastery and apprenticeship, but I also feel this could be putting in the work to find this person. If you're interested in someone, like putting in the work to go on the dates with them, or doing whatever you got to do, right? With the Queen of Wands, you have the Nine of Swords. Yes, I feel like your way out of this nightmare is to move towards the sun. Nine of Swords is a never-ending nightmare. It's just something that's going to keep repeating. So, again, if you feel like you're repeating something, you probably are. And I feel like this is saying it's time to end the repetition. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Seven of Cups. This could also be not moving towards something. The Seven of Cups exists up here. He's looking in these cups normally on a traditional Seven of Cups. There are good things and bad things in those cups, but he's not really doing anything about it, right? He's just kind of looking at those cups. He's just saying, look at those cups. Look at all those things that exist in those cups. And I feel for a lot of you, it is like time. I really feel it is time for you to take action, to grab onto one of those cups and, bring it down to earth, instead of just looking at them, right? And also, it's funny that I said that thing about how, it's true, it's always true that good or bad things can happen. And the Seven of Cups says, yeah, something, like I was getting this in your first row, that, something good or bad could always happen, but it's like, unless you take action, you won't know how something is going to turn out. You have this Cow Spirit, it says the miracles are endless. You also have this Whale Spirit, which I actually can't read, and it says, trust the great mystery. So, I feel that we are in mysterious times. I think you need to dig, again, the whales dive very deep. So with that Page of Swords, if you're becoming interested in a topic, a subject, a person, I don't care what it is, I think it would be a great time for a deep dive to really go into it. Because again, there could be endless miracles on the other side of whatever the hell it is, right? You have the Lovers, the Fool, and the Empress. The Lovers is a card of a perfect match. So I feel there could be a perfect match coming in for you in love. Something very fulfilling, something that makes you very happy, something that brings in a lot of joy into your life as well. But definitely feel this could be love. For others, I feel it's a new path that you need to take a leap of faith on. A lot of this reading is kind of like saying you need to wake up and realize you ended a cycle. And it's time for a new cycle. It's time to step onto a new wheel, right? It's time for, it's like this new destiny, but, maybe you're entering into a destiny that's more unstoppable, a destiny that can't be stopped, right? But you have to get off the old wheel to get onto this new wheel. So there's something that needs to be let go of here. I definitely feel that intuitively. Even the Lovers lovers was traditionally a crossroads, having two choices to make. So I feel for a lot of you, it's like you need to take a leap of faith towards something new. Maybe it's very similar to something old, but it's actually going to be something new. And I think that can be confusing. Again, if we've been hurt a bunch of times in love, for example, I think it can prevent us from wanting to get into a new love situation. But really, we're just, number one, we're allowing past people to live our life for us, number one. Number two, we're not realizing that, yeah, sometimes love hurts, right? I think Bon Jovi sang about that. So, there you go. But what I'd say is, the faster you get over it, the better. And I know that I sound like a cold ass, like with ice running through my veins, which, again, I'm an Aquarius rising, so I probably do have ice running through my veins. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. Sometimes people come to me and they're like, this person did this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, okay, well, boo-hoo, right? You get over it, because it's like, yeah, they were a jerk, but it's like you're just telling yourself the same story. It's like the quicker you can rip off that Band-Aid and start telling yourself a new story, the better. Again, it's like I think babying people just does nothing, except turn them into babies. I believe that you're adults watching me here, right? So I want to support you as an adult, and, I want you to be successful instead of like, crying over some bozo who cheated on you 10 times. Yeah, that sucks. Terrible person, sure, but now it's time to take a leap of faith towards like a good person. You have the Empress here. The Empress is about, like I said, I really do feel this is you, though. I mean, again, it could be you in the reading, but what I'm saying is I feel it's saying that you really need to nurture yourself at this time. I feel like you need to take care of yourself and, really do kind things for yourself, right? I think that's what's going to work best. I also do feel there's a lot of abundance coming in for you based off your work. So we have that Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon, money coming in the future because of your work. With the Lovers, you have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is, of course, a lover. There's a lover coming in for you. This is probably a water sign, of course. For some, I feel like, I don't know who's spying on who here, but it's somebody. So, there you go. I don't know where else to go with that. So there you go. With the Fool, you have the Hierophant. Could lead to marriage. Could be a perfect match for you here. Could also be a Earth sign. You do have a lot of Earth here. So, could be an Earth sign. You have Taurus twice. So it could be an Earth sign that's coming in for you, but I feel like could lead to marriage. If you do not want love, and even if you do, again, the Hierophant is the bridge between the heavens and the earth. He can bring blessings from the universe down to earth, but he is like, you have to go through the process, right? So, I think the best solution to the Hierophant is outside the box thinking. The whole entire reading is saying other solutions to your problems, but not even problems. You could be very successful right now in whatever it is that you do, but you could also be more successful, right? With the Five of Swords, you have the with the Empress, you have the Seven of Swords. I had the Five of Swords in my head for some reason. Seven of Swords would normally be lying, cheating, stealing, but again, I would definitely be careful of a past liar, cheater, stealer, but I also feel the Seven of Swords could be, it's showing up in the good stuff, so it could be talking about tactics. The Seven of Swords is a card of tactics. It just says there are other ways to do things, and I would do them that way. You have this table. It says hard work ahead. I do feel like we are in a time of hard work, but this is like good hard work. It's hard work that you could do all day long. Like doing these tarot readings. People always say, like, people, when I was sick, were like, when I had COVID last year, right? And people were like, stop doing readings. I'm like, no, what you don't realize is I'm channeling from a source. I feel better after I do my readings. I could do this all day long, right? Sometimes I do. Some days I do readings all day long because I feel so good doing it. I'm not using my own energy. I'm channeling from source. It fills me with energy. I feel better. I'm sure you can tell I've been doing readings for hours today already, right? So, again, some days I can just really blast them out, and today is one of those days, right? And so, again, I think if you're doing hard work that you want to do, that fills you with energy, that brings you joy and happiness, again, this is what I want to do. This makes me happy, right? So, what I would say here is if you find something like that, then keep doing it. If you don't have something like that, find something that you could work on endlessly. You have this angel card that says spiritual guidance, protection from harm. So, again, I feel you are protected at this time. You have this December card, and it says vacation on it. I always clarify these monthly cards. You have this kite card that says vacation. Some of you could be going on a winter vacation, so there you go. You have this carriage. It says a journey either physically or mentally. Remember we were talking about the home, travel. Some of you, I don't know, there is like a little bit of travel or moving going on here for some of you. And finally, you have this arrow. It says, you are going on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. This is like confirmation for your path. I feel it's going from one wheel of karma to the other. Your destiny. Your destiny, it's not changing. I think you're more stepping into your like true destiny, true purpose, whatever the hell you want to call it. But this looks really good. I love where this is going, Cancer. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month or week.